This is what $10 worth of groceries looks like.
America has become completely unaffordable, and I don't know why more people are not talking about this.
Hey, quick question. Why is everything so expensive?
Hey everyone, Ethan Park here, and today we're going to be looking at a few clips and asking the real question. Are people broke because they're irresponsible, or the math literally just doesn't work anymore? We're going to be talking about the cost of living. Cost of living is insane right now. Rent is up, grocery is up, insurance is up, pretty much everything is up. We've got a lot of clips to go through, so let's just get started. And if you like financial videos like this, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe.
At this point, I just want to live in my car for like 6 months and save money. Is anybody else struggling? Like, damn, Craig, it's not that I ain't got no money. It's not that I ain't got no money. Everything's so expensive. Like, we have to pay to live. Not even our water's free. Unless you want to drink sink water, ain't nobody telling if that shit's clean. It's not clean. It's not purified.
Okay, I don't know if he was joking towards the very end when he was crying. He's a big tough guy. I doubt he was actually crying, but yeah, no, I mean, I'm feeling the pain just as much as you do, and so is apparently everyone else. Got a comment over here. We're all out here feeling it. Yeah. It's seriously exhausting worrying about all the daily cost and bills, and once they are all finally paid, your next month starts. Seriously? Another person over here. 2 jobs, getting home at 1 a.m. I can't survive on one job. It's bad. I can barely eat. We got one over here. So what bill are you not paying this month? And the creator responds by saying, I'm doing away with the internet for now. It's okay. I can watch movies on my iPhone. So like I said, we're all feeling it, but some of us are feeling it more than others.
Hey, quick question. Why is everything so expensive?
And yeah, that summarizes everything. There's not really much else to say. The comments were not all generous to her. One comment says, have you thought about doing better? Gee, no, that never crossed my mind, says the creator. Some people decided to get political. Stop yelling, that doesn't solve anything. Neither does your comment, says the creator. This one's funny. This next one, mind you, I was in the middle of the cafeteria. Yup, everyone heard you. And I bet they all agree. Alrighty, on to the next one.
Yes, I'm not going to pay $2.50 for a candy bar. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to pay $60 for a pair of jeans. I'm not going to pay those type of prices. Not going to be able to continue. Well, I mean, where is the end? Where's the end game? Going to pay $5 for a candy bar? Going to pay $100 for a pair of jeans? I mean, when does it end? I can't do it. I don't care if I have $1 million in the bank. I'm not going to pay $3 for a candy bar. I'm drawing the line. I mean, at some point, when do we just say, look, we're not going to pay these prices anymore? I mean, at some point, this just has to happen. Got to send a message somehow because this is just ridiculous.
Candy specifically has never been an issue for me. To some people, those little impulse purchases are what get people. So we got a comment over here, 100%. If enough people stop buying anything non-essential, it would change the world. Got another comment over here, $7.99 for a bag of Lay's potato chips today. I said no, not doing that. Got another comment over here, 1618 at Krispy Kreme for 6 donuts the other day. They sent me a how was your visit survey via email, and I told them I would never be back. And I won't. Got another comment over here, I'm wearing the same clothes from 2020. So in this next clip, we got a clip of a lady talking about the struggles that her children are facing. She's doing well, but her kids are struggling to get ahead.
I need to have a vent session. So I have 2 adult children. One is 18 going on 19 and the other one is 21. My 18-year-old is working currently as an HVAC apprentice, but he's making $16 an hour, which I live in a like small to mid-sized Missouri town, so that's pretty typical around here. Wages are, low compared to a lot of places, but so is the cost of living and just trying to figure out what he can afford and what he can do. And like he found this place that was only $125,000, which is like dirt cheap around here. Like that just doesn't exist anymore. Probably needed some work, though he's not afraid of a fixer upper. Found out that the main reason it was priced so cheap is because it was in a flood zone. So it was a no anyway. But keep in mind, $125,000 house in this economy, his payment would still be $1,100 a month. And I'm now sitting here thinking about my own situation, and I could not afford it on my own on my current wages. So my question is, how the hell are we expecting these young kids to do it?
I totally commend this mother who is really just looking out for their children. She totally gets what's going on. I just wish that older people here in the Pacific Northwest understood what us kids are dealing with, right? And so let's take a look at some of these comments. A lot of these really liked this lady in particular. It's so refreshing to see a parent understand this. Again, agree. I think there needs to be a lot more empathy from older people, not just boomers, just kind of everyone who's a little bit older who don't quite understand. It's hard for them to rationalize and see kind of the struggles that us younger people are dealing with. We got another comment over here. We are no longer one paycheck away from homelessness. It's one sick day. Another comment over here. I make 80K and I have a master's and I will never own a house. Smiley face. All right, on to the next one.
Tell me, how are you making it on one income? I am a 45-year-old mom who got the degree, got the job, got the steady paycheck. My husband finally, for the first time in all of our years of marriage, has a steady job, a steady paycheck, but we still weren't making ends meet. How are you doing it? How are you doing it without the side hustle? Because I legit want to know. Gas, groceries, insurance, utilities, everything is up. How are you doing it and doing anything extra without bringing in an extra income? Unless you have some six-figure high-paying job. As a normal family, how are you making ends meet? Tell me.
Yeah, so for her, I really appreciate her humility in asking people for help. I think a lot of people are in denial about their situation. And yeah, these videos really make me realize that, yeah, it's not just me, it's everyone else, right? Like, that's why I'm here making this video, is to let people know that they're not alone. This is, it's getting crazy out there. And so I wish the comments were a little bit more helpful, but let's take a look at them. So we got a comment over here that says, no kids, late 30s, work in a STEM field, making a bit more than 100K a year, invest 35% into retirement and other accounts, live below my means, live in a relatively cheap apartment that doesn't raise its rents much each year. I live like I'm still only making 60K, try to eat basic meals often like hard-boiled eggs, yogurt, cottage cheese, and treat myself a couple of times a week. The next couple, unfortunately, are not quite as helpful. One comment says, you answered your own question. Sounds like you married a real winner. And the creator responds with, my husband ran his own business for 25 years in construction. So yeah, we've seen some really crappy times. Thanks for your assumption. It's comments like this that really it's a little disheartening because again, she really was asking an earnest, honest question. She wasn't trying to belittle anyone else, right? I also empathize with construction. There are a lot of people kind of struggling right now. For the last 11 years, construction has been awesome, at least for our part of the world. But yeah, lately it's been feast or famine for quite a bit of people. A lot of my friends have had to travel for work. The only difference is that I can say is that I chose to take a lot of that money during the good times and invested it in liquid assets that allow me to kind of ride out the storm during the bad times. All right, so on to the next clip. And yet again, it's another person crashing out in their vehicle.
America has become completely unaffordable, and I don't know why more people are not talking about this. Half of America doesn't even have a savings, rent is insane, healthcare is a luxury, and somehow the narrative is still people are just bad with money. Like, what money? At what point do we stop blaming the people and just accept the fact that the cost of living has simply just outpaced reality? Because everything is this expensive, you have to know exactly where all of your money is going anymore. Like, a budget is just simply a necessity. You have to have one. Started using a budgeting app like mine to figure out where all of my money is going, but it does not make up for the fact that America is too expensive to live in anymore. If you're struggling, you are not alone.
Yeah, so I can definitely really empathize with her. Cost of living has gone up for every single person. There are a lot of people that are doing well, but there are also quite a few people that are struggling. We got another comment over here. The fact that people will fight you on this is crazy. It should not be normal to have multiple jobs and side hustles just to get by. If the world was going to be like this, I would rather just be like hunters and gatherers like before. What's the point of being in this advanced society and yet so many people are still struggling to live? Got another comment over here. Even the thrift shops are overpriced at this point. Everything is over $9.99. Another comment over here, nothing is affordable. Another comment over here, I work 2 full-time jobs and I struggle and I am so tired. This country is so horrible. All right, here we go. On to the next one.
The cost of living in this country is currently unsustainable. I want you to imagine somebody that makes $75,000 a year. So this person who puts $200 a month into insurance and they pay 5% into their 401k. So after those two things come out of their paycheck and their taxes are paid, they bring home $53,850 a year from a $75,000 paycheck. Average rent in my state for a 1-bedroom apartment, $1,700. That car payment, at 6%, car payment's $579 a month. Car insurance, $240 or so a month. Food, you only cook at home. You never, ever go out. You pay $879 a month for that. You spend $250 a month in gas. $80 for your phone, $80 for your internet, $175 a month for your electricity, $70 for your water, $20 for your cash. Do you know how much money you have left over annually? You have $3,700 left over annually. That's like $320 a month. That's not a doctor bill, because God knows, just because we have insurance doesn't mean that we don't still pay far out the ass when we go to the doctors.
I 100% agree with this guy. And to be honest, yeah, like I didn't realize that it was really that close for someone even making $75,000. So to be able to see the math of what he's showing, it's scary out there. One commenter says 75K is paycheck to paycheck now. We got another comment here saying, my dad balked when I said I was looking for a 70 to 80K job after a decade of experience in my field. He still thinks you can get a good beater car for $1,000. The ignorance is mind-boggling. Another comment over here says $900 a month on groceries for one person is absolutely ridiculous. Got one more comment over here. My salary is exactly $75,000 annually, and this is reality. I have to be extremely frugal and creative and run a side hustle to support my small family. It is brutal up here. All right, so in this next clip, we're going to see how expensive groceries have become these days.
This is what $10 worth of groceries looks like. That's it. I don't know what the world's coming to.
So yeah, no, that's absolutely insane. The pasta really should be about $1 per package, like unless it's like organic or something, maybe $2 per package. So that's 4. So the grapes must be extremely expensive. I don't know what's going on there. I haven't bought grapes in a while, so to be honest, I have no idea. All right, got another video over here. Someone talking about their financial situation in their car.
How is everyone affording life? Real question. How are you guys doing it? Because my daycare costs the same as our mortgage. And I had a crash out earlier today just about how like really expensive everything really truly is. And so I have a corporate 6-figure job. I should be able to afford life. There's this like constant stress like hanging over my head all the time. If you got to make more to provide for your family, I'm trying to be a good mom, let alone like a good wife. If you have any tips or tricks of how you're getting through, would love to connect on them because it's wild.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to admit, I don't have kids, so I don't know how much daycare costs. But the fact that she says it costs as much as a mortgage, yeah, no, that would be absolutely insane. We got one comment over here saying, "Girl, even with 6 figures, we're all barely making it." Got another one saying, "Literally, how are people surviving?" We got another comment over here, and the prices, once they go up, they won't come down. 10 items at the store is about $100 these days. And another comment, this one really speaks to my soul. Work, home, that's it. The creator responds, exactly, pretty much life lately every single day. So that's all we got today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you liked what you saw today, go ahead and leave a like and let the YouTube algorithm know that you want to see more of this.